You would think that this would be simple and easy. Oh no, no, no. They have to make everything hard, don't they? Right. I might just wanna watch this without noise. I might just wanna watch this without noise. I might just watch this without watch this without watch this without gravy. What the heck? Watch this without gravy. What the heck? Alright, for anybody who can hear me, I only see that there's two of you, maybe one of them is me. If you can hear me over the garbled gush, just let me know what the heck is going on here, because I haven't the slightest clue. My audio is messing up for some reason. So, hopefully watching it without audio will help. I know it's like taking me forever, and I apologize. For some reason, this whole dumb thing doesn't wanna be, what do you call it, cooperative. So if my thing is spazzing out, I am sorry. I am trying to figure out what's going on. I am sorry. This is like the first time I've ever done anything like this, so feel free to chat. I should probably put this on my what you call it. I say what you call it a lot. If you can hear me anyways, don't worry. Hopefully you can hear me and it's not being obnoxiously loud clustered noise. Again, this is my very first time streaming anything, so I just wanted to see how this goes. And if it goes pretty well, I will do more. But for now, this is my very first. So hopefully it's not a garbly mess. And that hum you might be hearing is my laptop. I'm just hoping that this is getting through. Alright. For those of you who cannot hear me, feel free to chat here. Hello there. Is the audio okay? So I know it's like drawing stream, but like there's no drawing going on. I am sorry because I'm a noob and kind of dumb, so don't worry about me. I don't know if it's glitching out. It's a complete spaz on my end. So I'm not sure what everyone else is hearing. Okay, so while I'm waiting for hopeful replies, oh, I just got one. I've heard a lot about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have not seen it. I'm really trying to get feedback on the audio quality right now, so, like I said before, if anybody can hear me, please let me know how the audio is doing, because if it was just on my end, I'd be like, okay, here we go. But if not, then you might as well just watch it without audio, even if I babble like an idiot. But the sooner I can get feedback, the better. Of it. And I thought, okay, so again, audio. I need feedback on audio because I'm not sure if it's just spazzing on my end, if it's being perfectly normal on the stream. I am basically not having the video playing in my browser because of it. Okay. Yes, I'm aware. Okay, I will also say that I'm not the best artist in the world. I just thought that this would be fun to do. Uh, I know I say and a lot, but it's because I'm kind of sitting here going, well, derp-de-derp, I don't know what to do. I am aware of what it is. I've heard it was really cool. Maybe not it was, but it is real cool and funny. But I'd like audio feedback, please. I'm continuously babbling. I see this person is a very big fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I see it a lot on Tumblr. I don't really follow it, but I've heard it's a lot of fun. I heard it's funny. It's like, in a word, bizarre. So, because somebody told me that they could not explain it because just how incomprehensibly odd it is. But I have thought about viewing it. It's uh so I just don't. I thought about viewing it. It's just I haven't gotten around to it. Maybe someday I will. But for now, I'm just kind of derpy-derping here, sitting on my laptop, trying to stream for people, so. Because, I don't know, I'm a moron, is all. But I'm not sure about the audio, because I need some feedback on it, and whether or not it's okay, whether or not people are watching it, like with audio, without audio, it doesn't matter, really. But the sooner I can get that kind of feedback, the sooner I'll shut up. Okay, great. Thanks. Alright, so I can continue to babble like an idiot. I am checking my other window frequently. This is very new to me. I thought I used the select tool. Derp. Okay, I am not by any means a very good artist. I am a hobbyist at best. I was an aspiring animator until I realized that I suck. So I'm more or less a, what do you call it, storyboarder type person. Not professionally. No, not professionally. But, that's something I want to do with friends, I guess. Uh, As you can see, I like to draw animals because I think human anatomy doesn't make sense to me. But for some reason, animal anatomy kind of makes sense to me for drawing. I don't know. I mean, I do draw humans, just not very well. Like, we got my favorite anime character of all time. If my name doesn't give it away, Tsukasa from .Sign. I spent most of middle school drawing him like feverishly. It's been, of course, this is just a doodle. This is me not caring what it looks like, but in like the early 2000s, I found .Sign on Cartoon Network, and it was fantastic. My brother regretted showing it to me because I was a complete fanatic. Thank you. Um, so, okay. People, I mean, I get distracted very easily, so I'm a derp. Very big derp, very big derp. So my brother actually introduced me to Daxon. He saw it on Toonami back when Toonami was a thing. I'm not sure if it's still a thing, but like when it was like every night, and on Saturdays they would play certain ones, and Daxon was on midnight on Saturday, and I went downstairs every week religiously with a cassette and recorded it because I am a thief. Not really. So I recorded it every night or every Saturday. And like I would actually rewatch it. It is an actual thing that was happening, was that I got up at midnight Saturday just to record it and watch it. I think by the time I was done, I had like 3 cassettes full. And this is back in the day of cassettes, which is pretty weird to think about now, because it makes me feel old. Um, I'm gonna start clean because I don't know what to do. I don't know if the one watching is just me or if somebody is gonna be sitting there watching. I think it's just me, but that's okay because I am okay with that. This is my dude, I'm all over the place. I'm babbling like an idiot, talking to myself. I'm pretty sure my fiance's grandmother is wondering why I'm talking to myself in my room. That's okay. My fiance is at work right now, so I'm kind of derping around at the speed of sound. And if you have any requests, drawing requests, let me know. As long as I understand what it is, I'm sure I can find references online. I also do OCs. I'm probably gonna update my thingamajiggy and... Okay, so audio is apparently good. according to the Good Samaritan. Drop me a link to your OC and I will draw. I'm refreshing periodically. So, okay, I finally got a chance to read the whole thing. I thought it was going on again with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, I understand that human anatomy is integral. I can draw people, just not very well, like I said before. Uh, I have my own cast of human characters or humanoid characters. It's just, I hate drawing them. So, because it's like, I don't human good, at least. I tend to use bases when doing humans, at least, getting their design concept down, because all of my characters look almost exactly the same. That's probably also why I like to adopt human characters, even if I don't adopt many, because I'm very, very picky when it comes to human characters, because sometimes they can be a little bit on the, what do you call it? On the, too detailed side. But, okay. Okay, good, good, good. So, here is World. I can do better than this, I swear. It's just, again, I don't like drawing humans. Or humanoids, whatever. Usually when I do human stuff, I go to Pose Maniacs and I get a reference of the pose I want to do. Half the time it's me just derping around like this. I like drawing animals because it's like, oh hey look, you got a circle. Hey look, you got another circle, and then you got another circle. Okay, so you have the head, chest, and butt. And so you have to run this little line, and that is the spine. Then this becomes the neck, and that becomes the torso. And look, here's a nose, ears, tufty fluff, ears. Here's a shoulder, a leg, and a paw. I'm always hitting that button on my tablet pen. Like, I have my anatomy isn't perfect, believe me, because I'm just not that good. But at least I understand the basic shapes of an animal more than I understand the basic shapes of a human. I know that humans are like square, and yep, a circle is a square. Okay, so I understand that this is basically humans. And they have kind of like noodly legs, noodly arms. I mean, I know that's basic. Like, very basic. Um, to the point where it's like ridiculous type basic. Don't worry. To the point where it's like so starting over again because I am just scatterbrained right now. Let me refresh my DA page, see if anybody dropped me a line. Nope, still nothing. Okay. Alright, so I guess I have only one joke from the stream, even if nobody was watching, as a circle is now a square. Because I do not talk good. I am quite introverted by nature. I am engaged to be married. My fiance, I love him very much because he puts up with all my crap. And he loves me unconditionally. By the way, this is just a really crappy drawing of the persona I made him. Like, super crappy. I'm not even trying, because I'm just kind of like in doodle mode right now. So, let's see. Maybe I should actually attempt to do something actually worthwhile. I should probably do something interesting, even if nobody's watching. Because maybe if somebody stumbles upon my page, maybe it'll be interesting to watch. I don't know. Do not be shy. I am a very approachable person. I am I'm very dumpy, if that's a word. It's like, I'm just this big dirt monster. Nobody cares. Alright, maybe I should actually draw something. This is a drawing stream, even if nobody's watching. So I am going to look at my OCs. Where are you? There, my OCs. I don't know if this is showing up on the stream. I know that it's basically putting priority on Medibang, but I have like an entire catalog of OCs that I go to. These aren't even all my OCs. These are mostly my adopted characters, and I love them very much. Some of them still don't have names, and I feel very sad about that. But if maybe I could do one at some point where you can help me name them, that'd be really cool. I'm not that bad at names, but sometimes I cannot think of a good name for a character, and it makes me sad because then I have like this whole bunch of people who, excuse me, are not named. I'm gonna draw Quantum. I don't have any real drawings for him. I adopted him. I would have to look at his credentials. I save, and I know that like in my old stuff I have not saved anybody's credentials, and that was like really awful of me because like I'm trying to find the person like years later and I just can't find them. But I save all their credentials so I know who I adopted them from. And an easy way to find that out is to save them as whatever file name it gives you. And normally that will have the name of the deviant in the tagline. So when you look them back up, you can find them again and either link back drawings you've done of them, or possibly like if you were going to give them away to somebody else, you can notify them. I am a firm believer in notifying the original creator of the adopt that their creation is going to another home. I don't resell adoptables. That's my thing. I hate it when people resell adoptables. So, like, I can understand if there's more art attached to them, but I really don't like it when people resell adoptables because you're not buying them to resell them. You're buying them to love them and make them a character. I'll check up on my DeviantArt, see if anybody got one. Nope. But I did get a new viewer, I think. At least somebody saw the streaming, and I don't think I got another viewer on here, but that's okay. And so this is Quantum. I adopted him fairly recently, and I am a huge sucker for saber-tooth characters because saber-tooth tigers are awesome. And because of his coloration, of the whole orange and blue thing, I decided that he is going to manipulate portals, which everything is better with portals. Shout out to my Portal fans. I wish I could say that I've played the first one. I have not. I have watched people play the first one. And I have played multiplayer on the second one and failed miserably, but I love that kind of puzzle game. It's satisfying is the word I would say. It's satisfying when you actually figure one out for yourself. I just don't think how that is coming along. But another interesting, or maybe uninteresting tidbit is that that's how my fiance proposed to me, was that I was really into Portal, and like my friends were playing Portal a lot, so I got the opportunity to play with them a lot. And he took me to a Japanese place, which we spent our first date together, and he gave me a Portal 2 box that had like one of those figures inside, and said, "Oh, I got you a companion cube." And I was like, "Cool." He's like, "But I made modifications to it." And I'm like, "Okay, modifications, sweet. I don't know what he meant by that. Maybe he colored it blue for me. Blue is my favorite color. But then when we got into the restaurant, he asked me if I was going to open the box, and I was like, well, you already told me what's in the box. There's like no surprise there. He was like, yeah, but aren't you curious what kind of modifications I made to the box? And I'm like, I guess you got me there. I am a bit curious of how you modified this box. And so I open it up, and I notice that there is a little gold hinge on it, on the companion cube. When I open it up, there's this little diamond ring sitting there, and he was already beside me on one knee. So Portal kind of holds a very special bearing in my heart for that, so. Because that was probably the coolest way to present a ring ever, was to use a portal box. Or a companion cube, really, because companion, I am his companion for life now. So, of course, I probably wouldn't use Quantum for any commercial use because of the fact that I am going to be basing him off Portal. But that's fine. His head looks a little small. Holy crap. Let's fix that. Excuse me. Fix his head a little bit. Okay. Alright, that looks about right. Checking my stuff. Nobody got me a line. That is fine with me. So, kind of talking to myself, I guess. But here we are. So we have the basic sketch for Quantum. My inspiration definitely comes from Lion King, and like ever since I was really little, I really wanted to make Lion King comics, like a good chunk of people on DA do. So, and I had really really struggled with drawing lions because, and I was so determined. I was like looking at other people's art and kind of like really focusing on how the shapes are and how they got to do that. I will admit to some tracing, just so I can figure it out. I've never posted anything I've traced, unless it was a base, but you know, that's another story. That's usually just me just screwing around saying, hey, this is something I made for people, and I will admit to tracing. But, okay, I don't really trace and post it, but when I used to trace, it was definitely for the spirit of learning and not for the spirit of ha ha ha, I'm gonna do this and then not give people credit, because that is awful. And I have been known to play with bases. I am no stranger to just picking up a base and playing with it. Sometimes I'll post it, sometimes I won't. And if I can't find the person that made the base, I will not usually post it. I will always give credit where credit is due. And if I can't find the person who made the base, usually if I do post it, it'll be like, please help me find this base, because I want to be able to credit the base maker if at all possible. Because I only collected bases, like I started collecting bases when I was a lot younger, and I didn't save the credentials because I didn't think about that back then. It's just like my old adoptables. Adopting and then just not saving the name, and that was really bad. I would put like number 1 is mine, number 2 is mine, and it's like, so who did I add? Who knows? Then I would have to go searching in my favorites and stuff, and sometimes I would never find them because, you know, people delete their old stuff. And okay. I'm never sure about how the tongue sits in the mouth of, like, one of my worst enemies. Which you would think that wouldn't be a problem for me because I draw open mouth all the time. But tongues. Why? Why are tongues like that? I know, it must have been so fun listening to me rant on about adoptables. Yay! But then again, that's basically where my main standings on DA is. I kind of neglected my main account. I know my voice might be a little bit hard to hear because my laptop is like not on my lap, but it's like below my knees, and that's where my main microphone is. So maybe I'll use a headset next time I do this, if I do this next time. I don't really go online to be a popular person. I just kind of go online and do my own thing. If people like what I do, well, that's fantastic. And if people don't like what I do, well, you can just leave. But I do appreciate feedback, and I am not by any means a great artist. I actually feel like I suck half the time. But you know, it's a hobby. Do what I like. I also bind books. I make sketchbooks. Hopefully my PayPal will be set up soon so I could make sketchbooks for people, because that would be awesome. Like, it's almost an addiction how much I make sketchbooks, to the point where I am almost out of paper. So, and the story behind that was I was bored and I went on Pinterest trying to find something to do, and I found a bookbinding tutorial completely by accident. And so I was like, let's do this. I literally have all the material I need that the tutorial required. So, scrounged around, got my stuff, and put together my first book. It was ugly, but it was functional. It had a cover. It had pages. I actually have a few drawings in it because it works. It is the ugliest thing I have ever seen, but it works. Since then, my books have gotten, like, really nice. And to the point where I keep on saying, I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna keep it, and then, of course, my fiance is like, well, you have, like, too many. My friends are like, what are you gonna do with all of those sketchbooks, man? So, yeah. I actually had only one real commission done. It was one of my, she's not really a coworker as much as she works for a company that works alongside ours. She makes sushi, and her daughter wanted a sketchbook, so she was like, if you could make her one, that would be, like, really cool, because I could be like, hey, my friend at work made this for you, and I was like, yeah. And after making that sketchbook, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to keep it, because it was thick, it was beautiful, and I didn't want to let it go, but I was like, money. So made $20 off it. I felt like it was worth more, but she was also, like, a friend of mine, and her daughter absolutely spazzing loved it. So she was like, I woke up at 6 a.m. and she was sitting in bed with her sketchbook drawing in it, and that made me go, oh, that was so cute. Uh, keep pressing a button on my tablet pen, and it drives me nuts. At the same time, I don't want to change it, because I actually like the feature of being able to use the eyedropper at just, like, the touch of a button. But it gets on my nerves because my finger always presses it. Alright, so there we have Quantum Liner. Alright, time for coloring. Now, I know that there's a lot more sophisticated ways to color on Medibang, and I usually only use Medibang to draw my characters because the lines look so nice and smooth, and when I do it on Photoshop, the thick lines kind of look blurry when I draw with them. So, but when I draw with Medibang, they don't look so blurry. They look nice and clean and straight. So, let's see. I'm gonna take this. That's on the layer, right? Okay. I take it's kind of like a black and I select it. Turn off that layer and I select everything. I have to make sure that I get in between those little cracks that are supposed to be not filled in. I can back out, put that layer on again, and voila. And now for the fun. The best thing about Mighty Bang, I have to say, is the fact that it recognizes that there's layers and that there's something on top of that layer. So when I use a fill bucket, it's a lot more satisfying than it flooding the whole page. So, got his main colors. And you might be hearing me tapping more than once, and that is only so the color reaches other places, like in the cracks. It actually expands more when you like do a double tap. And it fills in the crevices, and the crevices that I don't get will be filled in with black, or at least a darker black that people won't really realize is there until they zoom in a ridiculous amount. Alright, so there's up the pen size, and actually let's do this first. We are going to add a new layer, put a clipping on, and alright, and we'll just kind of do a little bit of erasing. We can take the select tool and do this little number and delete that. I probably take as many drawing shortcuts as I possibly can, and I know that sounds awful, but believe me. No, don't do that. No. Stop. Alright, so we got Alright, so we are going to do this. Alright, and now kind of do that and fill it in. And we can fill in the little empty spaces. Alright, so now we got his little paws done. I will probably add some claws in later. Sleep. There we go, so we got some of his bangs. And we're going to make this section blue. Excuse me. Make this section blue. And I like using this little trick to add fluff. You just take the select tool and just kind of boop, 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 boop. I'm gonna try that again. Boop, 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 boop. And then just kind of delete. Select doesn't delete as well. And so we can zoom out. It's kind of a fluff. It works on something better than that, but you could also widen the strokes, like make an overlapping hair like that. Also, now we're going to put in his white. I'm going to shorten down my pen. Keep that there. And his chin is gray. I don't know if you can see it, but his chin is gray. So it'll be something like that. I'm going to flick up. Get his cheeks. The bridge of his nose is gray. His actual nose is this kind of dark gray, black type deal. Filling his teeth. I'm probably going to use a brush for his teeth. Hey look, I am making the tiger brush his teeth. Lol, I am so funny. Comedy gold. Okay. I have like a preset palette for like tongue and mouth, so it's like match made in heaven. Okay. Boop, boop. And he kind of has a yellow eyes going on. Got it. Ooh, like a yellow green. Cool. That's cool, that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna blood over so I can get rid of that. Okay, so now we got his eyes. And if you want to take it a step further, you add a layer. Little shiny marks on there. Give him a little bit of life. Okay. Found the layer. Probably like everybody else, I also kind of tend to draw on the wrong layer and it gets it sometimes. Oh, crap. Did that. Alright. Fill that in. And then you take your handy dandy lasso tool, make it look like it was like really thought out. Lol. Like, kudos to people who could actually do this with their brush. I mean, seriously. Because I could never get that nice, clean, pointy look. And I can see, like, a lot of people have, like, this really nice, beautiful, clean lines. And it's, like, amazing. I just can't even seem to do it. Whoops. So, we got those lines. And it looks really cool. So there's Quantum. And that's his adoption, his reference. If I could actually accurately do the thing. And I love this little boy. So Quantum's the name, and Portal is his game. As you can guess, like the orange paw controls the orange portal, and the blue paw controls the blue portal. Now let's see if I can find his credentials. Open up my folder of my adopted characters. And I'll take a quick look. He's pretty easy to find. There he is. And that is by Winelys 11. WINELYS 11. I adopted him from. Alright. And whoops. I mean, this program is kind of fidgety. It likes to do that stuff. I'm gonna take that, crop it. Gonna save that as a quantum. And save that as a PNG. Yes, and transparent. So now all this white space on the outside will be transparent, and all the white space on the inside will stay white. That's the cool thing about Medibang. I actually prefer Medibang for drawing rather than Photoshop. For Photoshop, I like putting in like background details and maybe shading, but other than that, Medibang works perfectly for drawing out your characters. And I guess if nobody else is going to be joining me, I'll be splitting off here. I think I've been talking to myself this entire time. But that's okay. Hey, wait. Alright. And that one viewer is probably me. Hopefully the stuff didn't cut out, because I see my screen is black. Maybe because I went away from my initial screen, but we'll see. Oh yeah, okay, I see. Well, for those who actually watched, or who is watching now, because it's probably gonna be in my archive, thanks for watching, and maybe I'll do this again sometime. I mean, I went through the hassle of getting the other crap to do this, so I will see you later, and hopefully I'll do this again in the future.